Hey, how's it going? So today, the thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about marketing campaigns to convert leads into buyers. If you happen to be catching this video live, do me a favor, hit pound live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you happen to be catching it via the replay, do me a favor, hit pound replay and let me know where you are tuning in from. By the way, if you want a deeper dive, if you have a marketing process in place now, but you know that it's not properly optimized, and you would like to know what's the one thing that you can do to optimize your marketing process for more leads and for more clients, you can go ahead and schedule a marketing optimization call by going to VladimirAdonis.com. All right, so marketing campaigns to go ahead and help you to generate more leads. Generating leads is fairly simple, at least I would say, right? It's not 100% difficult to generate leads. However, how do you take those leads and you convert those leads into buyers? That component of it could be a little bit more difficult. That component of it could be a little bit more challenging. However, there are some things, when done right, can increase the likelihood of you converting someone from a lead to say, a buyer. I'm going to talk about just two examples in which I saw that, and I'm going to go ahead and just tie it to how you can do it based on your business. So, based on me working in higher education, I've seen two examples of this. Example number one is that you have University A, whereby this is the lead generation and the conversion process. A prospective student, I should say, desires to go to school, and the prospective student completes the application. Completing the application is just the first step. Unless the person actually starts school and pay, that person doesn't actually become, a client. So if they complete the application, that's essentially all that they do. So what the first university does is the first university understands that, hey, I need to get this student from, say, registration to actually starting classes. And the university understands that there might be a couple of different roadblocks that will prevent that person from moving forward. That person probably needs help with completing their financial aid application. They probably need help with selecting classes. They could need help with a couple of different things. So then what that university does is that based on resources, that university has someone that is assigned, and that person contacts every single new lead to make sure that there aren't any roadblocks, and any roadblocks that person may have, that person, that university has that person that's assigned to help the student. So you're going to get a call if you are part of the client attraction or admissions process for University A. You're going to get a call, and you're going to have an assigned person that's going to walk you through every step of the process, right? But what I've noticed is that not every single university can do that. So in the example that I just gave you, this was a much smaller university, meaning that it was hands-on, and then the approach was completely different. Now let's go to a different university that's a lot bigger, and their resources may not be as much. So the same thing goes. A prospective student starts the application process. They've completed the application. So essentially, they've just become a lead, right? They haven't actually started classes. And the same thing, exists. That person may have a couple of different scenarios and a couple of different things that's preventing them from actually starting classes. So then what the second university does is that second university creates a couple of different events and or a couple of different campaigns for the sole purpose of trying to identify, okay, what is the sticking point for that student? So then what the university does is that university sends out an email around a FAFSA, workshop. Hey, prospective student, you just signed up. If one of your roadblocks is that you need help with completing the FAFSA, we're holding workshops here twice or three times a week. Come and attend one of our workshops. All right, so that's one event, that's one campaign that college is doing to try and convert that person from, say, a lead to now we've helped you to remove that roadblock, so that way you can go ahead and attend classes. So that's one campaign. The other campaign is, hey, you can receive tuition at the Florida resident rate, but you need to go through the process of claiming your Florida residency. If that's something that you need help with, we have events that's set up, and we're going to be holding workshops on some of the things that you need to do in order to claim your Florida residence. you need help with picking your classes and or with the registration process, we're having an event on this day, and this event is designed to help you to pick your classes. So as you can see, right, we're not just letting the person come in and start the application process and complete the application process and then that's it, because there could be a couple of different roadblocks and or a couple of different questions that that person has that's preventing them from actually completing the registration process, and that's preventing them from going, from say step A all the way to step Z. So there's two different approaches depending on the resources, and either one of those approaches can allow an individual to go from being a lead, quote unquote, to actually becoming a client and or a customer. So now let's tie this to say a marketing campaign. If I go out and I show someone a lead magnet and I say, hey, I'm going to give you a free resource that's going to show you how to do how to do video marketing. So that person provides me with their email address, and then I send that information to them for free. So now that person is in my database, and all of a sudden they are what we call a lead, but they haven't actually become a client yet, right? And it could be that they have some sticking points as to why they haven't become a client. They may not know what to say in the video. So what I can do is I can host a workshop to say, hey, in the next week, I'm going to be hosting a workshop to show you how you can create 5 videos, and those 5 videos are going to address different people in your marketing process. Come to that workshop. They come to that workshop, and at the end of that workshop, I give them a call to action to become a client. In the next couple of weeks, so then that's one campaign that I'm doing to try to convert that person from say becoming a lead to becoming a client. Because when they first came into my world, I gave them the opportunity to get on the phone and or to become a client, but they didn't take that opportunity, and that's because they could have additional questions, and that's because I need to run additional campaigns. So I just ran one campaign inviting them to learn how to do X, Y, and Z, because that could be the thing that pushes them to become a client. I can do another campaign in the next month or so around email marketing. Hey, I'm doing a campaign around email marketing, and if you want to learn how to do email marketing, these are the things that this workshop is going to help you. Now, my leads, people come and they attend the whole email marketing workshop per se, and that in itself could be the thing that pushes them to become, a client. So, as you can see, right, think about some different roadblocks and think about some different things that people may have questions around that could be keeping them from actually completing the entire step. Because the entire step, it just doesn't stop at just being a lead. It goes from, hey, you are a lead. Now, all of a sudden, what are some of the things that we need to do to push you forward, to answer your questions, and to basically overcome some of those roadblocks and or some of those objectives to be able to move you forward and allow you to come, to become, a client. So campaigns, right? Even though the person, become a lead, think about, holding these different campaigns, because I've seen that those different campaigns, right, as it relates to the higher education example I gave you, and as it relates to, the business example that I gave you, I've seen that those campaigns, in your case, workshops, webinars, whatever you want to call them, they can definitely help move the person forward from say, hey, I'm just a lead, to now I'm going to take the next step and I'm going to become a client. Pound live if you happen to be catching this live. Pound replay if you happen to be catching the replay. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.